very sad day. A very sad day for football. Very sad day for Ghana football. I can't believe this. I can't simply believe this. I can't believe this. I can't believe the fact that we have crashed out of the World Cup with our work cut out for us. I can't believe that we have crashed out of the World Cup. Well, it was expected. For me. This was a team that's where the leagues ran going into the World Cup. Very sad, very sad that we had to crash out this way. Very unfortunate. I simply cannot believe what we've done to ourselves. I simply cannot believe. I don't think there will be a better opportunity than this to get out of a World Cup group stage. I don't know what we've done to ourselves, but this is very sad. I think that we have to be very critical of the way we go into games of this nature. This has become very common of the Black Stars to raise expectations and emotions and then crash everything heartbreakingly. I don't think that's we have been very I don't know how to put my words, but I don't think we've been very fair to ourselves. This is very unfair to us. I don't know where to start from, but I think that there should surely be answers. There must surely be answers. This is not it. This is exactly not it at all. This is becoming very common of the Black Stars. How the team was set up today, I don't know whether there was a revenge mentality, but I believe that there should be answers. Subpar performance. There are players in the team who clearly do not want to play. This is what I believe. There are players in the team who don't want to play, and this is something that needs to be talked about. Very poor in the sense that they raise expectations. And going into this World Cup, I had already said that this team was not going to make it out of the groups. Yes, and they had people to prove wrong. They had to prove people wrong, and they got the opportunity, a perfect opportunity to. I think that there are too many wrong. There are too many wrong things with our team. There are too many. We are too erratic. How do we go into a game like this and then go and throw the game, bottle this? You are going into a game, you need a draw to qualify. You just need a draw to qualify. And then you have a penalty on top of that. What sort of psychological warfare went into this game? What sort of psychological warfare went into this game? How? I mean, who spoke to the players? Why do we? I simply can't. Believe what we've done to ourselves in this game. This is very unbelievable. We have two options going into a game. Two options, and look at South Korea. This is very unbelievable, and this is embarrassing. We had two options going into the game. Say you beat me about draw, and I say you be winning. Now you have penalty. I say everyone is. Why do we like that sort of personal glorification and individualistic approach to games so much? We never played as a team, and you could clearly see that there was no plan. And if there was a plan, it didn't work. You're failing poto. You're failing poto. Always, we don't take drastic decisions. We will come back and do the same thing and rant. I think that they have done well. They did well. They raised people's emotions and expectations. Say, we are going to qualify. But at the end of the day, clearly there was no plan going into the game. There was absolutely no plan. And one thing is for sure, the Black Stars needs a leader. The Black Stars needs a leader. We can't be allowing these things to go on. So many times that the Black Stars will just disgrace the entire nation. I mean, if you are going to exit the tournament, exit in style. This is not it. This is clearly not it, and people deserve to be angry. People deserve to be angry. How? Who come match? We here draw, and now we here win to qualify. Team now on the 1 point, or then a pressure done so, then they turn it. Uruguay have successfully been able to turn the pressure on us. How? And we broke down completely without any leader to turn over anything. We couldn't turn this game around. We couldn't turn this game around. And this has become, like I'm saying, this has become very prevalent with the Black Stars. It's become very natural with the Black Stars. They become synonymous with heartbreaks. They will raise their expectations and emotions. How? That you go into a game needing a draw to qualify. Then somebody who needs a win to qualify, who had not scored a goal in this World Cup. Ghana. It's sad. I don't even know what to say. I'm just here. I simply know. Look at the kind of selection a coach koye into this game. Say you could defend you. Say you koye you. You don't know. And players are hyper or more. You don't know. They don't step up. Players don't step up. This is a day for you to step up and say we are winning. Ghana you winning. Men are match. It is all about kudus. Kudus. If Kudus doesn't conjure magic, then the team is dead. Kudus. Won a penalty, scored 2 goals, an assist. Everything in this World Cup, Kudus. So without a big game player turning this match for us, if they take Kudus out of the team, that's all. And that is what the Uruguayans did. They took Kudus out of the team on the few instances that he had a chance. You could see he was striking from all angles, and he won a penalty. Why? Why do we even have to do this? And the Ghanaians don't deserve excitement. We don't deserve it. And I'm saying, these things happen for a reason. Why is Kamaldeen Sowa a bench warmer in this Ghana team? Kamaldeen Sowa, why is he a bench warmer in this Ghana team? If they don't give you an opportunity, nobody will even see that you are a good player. Why is he a bench warmer? Football is for young people, and we have to start giving opportunity to these young guys to run. And I can't even understand. The selection was very poor today. The selection was poor from the onset. You could clearly see, the coach had the mentality of going to defend. And even with that, look at the errors at the back. So many schoolboy errors, basic errors. Decision making was not there. We were not decisive. World Cup game na yebono, you winning 1. You here draw to qualify. South Korea, no, this is the plan. They plan to go and get what they want. You have to plan and get what you want out of the game. One player, one poor selection idea can throw an entire team into disarray. And that is exactly what we did to ourselves. Exactly what we did to ourselves. We can be ranting, but the point is one. The Black Stars of Ghana cannot keep on doing this over and over and over again. You can't keep on allowing people to control things to the extent that the coach comes into this game. And make me a tactical person, but I saw that things were not going on well. And I don't know, with Ghana, you can't substitute people in the first half or what? Well, I think it's time to take drastic decisions. It's time to take drastic decisions. It's time to take drastic decisions. We don't do, so we will keep on doing. It's time to take drastic decisions. There are players in the team who I think do not want to play. That's what I think. There are players in the team who don't want to play. Why do you go into a game? Man, that is my question. You need a draw or a win. Then the plan or approach is to go and select players that cannot fit into that scheme. I don't understand. Why should South Korea get what they want? Why should Uruguay get what they want and Ghana doesn't get what we want? What is the mentality? What is our mentality? I think we need to do something with our mentality as a team too. Uruguay comes into the game, they have not scored a goal in this World Cup. South Korea lost to us. They need a win to qualify. Then Uruguay, South Korea, Portugal have already qualified. Then these two people, these two teams, they get what they want. But we have two options to qualify. Uruguay needs to win. South Korea needs to win. They get it. We need a draw and a win. We don't get it. What is wrong with our mentality? And I'm saying this not because we are not poor. So everything in this game was about mentality. They came in to fight for something. Mentality. We must get this. They came in with the mentality to get a win. South Korea goes into a game against Portugal. Look at this World Cup. Morocco. You go into the game and fight for what you want with the materials you have. And you select players to fit into that plan. I don't get it. It's more about mentality. I'm not going to talk about anything. I'm going to talk about mentality. Why? That we have two teams in the group that we are fighting for qualification with. Portugal have qualified. We have South Korea. We have Uruguay. We have two options, a draw and a win to qualify. Uruguay have only one option, win. South Korea have only one option, win. Then South Korea and Uruguay get what they want. We don't. Not because we don't have the materials to do that. Mentality. What is the psyche of the players? It got to a point as if only 2 or 3 players were ready to play. And some players want to go back home. What sort of mentality was this? What kind of mentality did we go into this game? What happened? Did somebody tell them that we could lose and still progress? I don't know. Did somebody communicate that to the players that we could lose? I don't know the kind of mentality they came into this game with. These are things that play football. I mean, you can't go into football now without working and strengthening the mentality of your players. This is basic, and this is where I'm going to analyze the game from. Forget about tactical approach and whatever, which went absolutely wrong. But the mentality. 2 teams need a win to qualify. One of them is seemingly unsurmountable, impossible, Portugal to lose to South Korea. They go in and get it. Uruguay have not scored a goal in this World Cup. They are coming up against us. They need a win. They come in and get it. Portugal got what they want and qualified. Then we stayed there for them to get the most difficult. And the point is, they are not stronger than us. South Korea, we beat them. Portugal, we played. Sometimes the little decisions and lack of effort. You could see from Uruguay, Suarez, old man, running everywhere. Suarez, running everywhere, old man, coming in to get what they want. Coming to the World Cup and our defense keep changing. People, that's what I'm saying. So what kind of mentality? We keep on changing defense. We keep on changing midfield. We don't even know what we want. So did they communicate to the players what Ghana needed to get out of this group? I'm not going to talk about anything. I'm just going to talk about the mentality going into this game and how it sank us. How our mentality contributed immensely. Players on the field not pushing forward, not carrying the game, not bumping forward, not showing charisma and character when we needed them most. Look at penalty, Iko boy. I say we are right, and this is the same Uruguay side. Like we are running to somewhere. We are leading. Like someone is saying, maybe we are not destined to have any sort of happiness in football. Just maybe we are not destined to have any sort of happiness in football. But me, there is one thing that I'm going to emphasize on. Ghana is out of the World Cup. And before this tournament, I had already said we had a very weak team. It has showed at the tournament. We have money. We are going to make $12 million. Come back home and invest that money. I said this across all platforms that we have a very weak team. So we should lower our expectations. But mentality was wrong today. What I'm saying that Omo Shame from Qatar, the authorities, officials of the team watching, we have $12 million from the World Cup. Yeah, free. What they blow 4 million or 5 million there. We did not qualify, so we are not paying any qualification bonus. Bring the money back and invest 10 million or $8 million into our football. Palpable and observable investment. When you talk about these things, people don't want to accept. They think say winning football is about assembling a team in 3 months or 4 months. Come back and invest the money from the World Cup into our team. Invest the money from the World Cup into proper coaching, hiring better coaches. Invest money from the World Cup on $12 million and all. Invest it into coaching, top class coaching, coaches to build the mentality of players that we don't have to lose. When we need to win or draw, we don't have to lose. And these are people who know their stuff. Bring the money back. We have $12 million from the World Cup. Go and get top class coaches and coaching materials. Don't squander the money in Qatar. We did not win. You said you are going to pay qualification bonus. We did not qualify. So it is assumed that nobody is going to get qualification bonus. Bring the money and invest for all of us to see. So we have hired top class coaches, psychologists, world class, and build structures back home. $8 million can do enough. Then we start building. The Kudus Muhammad, the Kamal Din that we are talking about are players who have been built by an individual establishing an academy in Ghana. We don't have. These are the things we need to be talking about. Playing a game and only 3 or 4 players are exhibiting a sense of urgency. We don't need to roast the day. We don't need to. They will come roast themselves. Nobody will roast anybody. They will roast themselves. They will roast themselves. Nobody is roasting anybody again. They will have to roast themselves. But me, what nobody is talking about is what I'm talking about. We were going to pay over $2.5 to $3 million on qualification bonus. We did not qualify. Don't stay in Qatar and squander that because we are watching. We are all watching. Come back and invest. The World Cup is every 4 years. The league is every week. The under 17 is what should be the basis. Under 20 is what should form the basis, the base of our teams. Let's come back and invest the money. Kata, we are back. 26 players, officials, and whatever. It's enough. Let's come back. No need to tell stories and anything. Let's come back. If we have 4 solid players playing the same position, no player can lord over Ghana and Oba or Ombo. You have options. Unai Simon is benching David De Gea of Manchester United. That is how to build a team. Gavi and co. Youngsters, 18, 17 years. Germany have crashed out. They will go and rebuild. They will do something drastic. We should come back and do that. That is how it happens anywhere. The countries who have lost, they are talking like us. The players who did well, the players who want to play, keep them. Those who don't want to play, you find suitable replacement, competent one for them. And there is no need begging players who don't want to play for the Black Stars when they are in the team. That's my point. A lot of players are around. We have quality talents. Let's keep on polishing them. That's why I'm entreating the FA. We have lost the game, mentality and coaching. Let's come and invest in these areas. Invest in our players from the grassroots. Change the face of the game. Transform the game. And yes, sir, this is everyday Ghana. Everyday Ghana. Everyday Ghana. Ghana doesn't go to a tournament. AFCON, group stage. World Cup, group stage. Every day, yada, 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 yada. It is upon the people who are leading to go and achieve something. It is not for journalists to go and play. We come into this game without any mentality. We did not switch up. And these are part of football, beyond tactics and what is happening on the field. Mentality. It's painful. What makes it painful is that me, I know, say we did not have a good team. What makes it painful is that people invested their time and energy. And they have been disappointed. But looking into the future is my focus. We come back and invest into our game. Follow what? The money. And come back, bring it to invest in the game. Maybe, or maybe not, people will come back and take drastic decisions. Drastic. There's too much fear. Fear, Ghana. Fear of change. I'm not a coach, but there's too much fear. People are afraid to change in Ghana. And everybody is supporting players. Everybody has a particular player. Hey, if you touch any player, Masa, Ghanaians, we don't talk. Argentina, Uruguay, Brazil. Look at what they are doing to Neymar. Masa, people have Where in this world will you get people investing their time and energy in this? Football. So when they invest this time and energy, they expect that people kill themselves on the field of play. We don't get that. Only one or two players. Only one or two players. Every day. AFCON. Comoros sent us out. Mentality again. Comoros. How can we keep on doing this? Ghana, big team, big players. Look, if we give one of these European countries, Yama Omo Kudus, Yama Omo Kamaldeen, Yama Omo Salisu, or 4 or 5 of our players, Yama Omo Kofi 4 or 5 of our players, if we give them to one of these European teams, they will come and win the World Cup with them. France did the same thing. Mentality. If we give 5 of our players, Kudus, Kamaldeen, Salisu, top class players, 4, Daniel Kofi and the likes, if we give them to an European team, if they were Europeans, they would have won this game. So what is the problem with us? If you don't believe me, give Kudus, Salisu, Amate, Daniel Kofi, Kamaldeen, give them to South Korea. They will get to the semi-finals of the World Cup. Why can't we? Mentality. Technical incompetence at that point. I don't know what is wrong with us. See, Tunisia have beaten France. South Korea have beaten Portugal. Mentality. Japan have beaten Spain, Germany. Japan. They beat Spain and Germany. Mentality. We have to get this. This is what we are working for. We have to get it. Ghanaians don't know. Small thing, then we are destabilized. Football is now beyond minim dribbling, minim short ball. Football is now beyond Yasosoni Paso, the 90 plus 10 minutes or so. No mentality count. Let's go and get what we want, and they get it. You get a penalty in a game, go and meet players in Nina. Who is our best penalty taker? Is it Andre? Are you? Andre, where do you play your penalty, right or left? These are things that technical team. Can you change it? Maybe they would have known. Can you? These are petty details. Little details. Mentality, again. Mentality. We don't have. And it's been killing us in big games. Ghana will raise your expectation now when they need to step up, crash. How? How do we do this? Over and over and over and over. AFCON final, AFCON semi-final. When? Especially for the people who have invested their time and effort and emotions. Do they know that? You win against South Korea. I think we need to start building the mentality from early age. Sometimes the football is beyond what is played on the field. I believe that this game in particular is about our mentality. We have the talent. This game was about our mentality. We don't have a mentality. We don't have a strong mentality. We have become chickens. When we need to step up, we crack under pressure. Anytime we need to step up, we crash. Say something about our mentality. I said, there are some moments in the game we completely lose concentration like there is nothing. In football, you can't do that. 1 minute is enough to change A lot in the game. When I say mentality, it's so broad. Mentality that we cannot allow ourselves to be embarrassed, especially when we have the upper hand. You are at the top, then somebody is dragging you down. The person dragging you down, it's able to do it. Mentality. You have lost focus. You have lost self-confidence. Like I'm saying, it's the coach who decides. The other time I was saying, he had made a squad. I was always a Jeffrey Slop. This person should have been in. This person is better. They did not call. And the coach will justify that by the results. That is always what I've been saying. He will justify that by the results. The coach will have to justify that by the results. And the results is here. These are petty things that we need to work on. Very petty things that we need to work on. It's very sad. Very sad. But again, we will come back to the World Cup money. We'll come back to the World Cup money and talk about it. Thank you.